Lynda Meikle here, your garden coach. It is late November. I hope all of you had a great Thanksgiving with family and friends. Today we are creating living holiday decorations. So I'm starting with a few pots I picked up at the nursery. I've got a nice smallish rectangular glazed pot. I'm going to do some herbs so you could grow them inside for the winter for a chef that maybe want to do a gift for. I've picked up this beauty. It's a glazed pot and then a little bit smaller one, and I have some cyclamen. I've got some red cyclamen here, and to add some texture I've chosen some 4-inch autumn fern, and for the focal point in this pot I have a succulent I'm going to put in the middle and do everything around there. When you select your pots, make sure there's drainage holes. There's a lot of pots sold that don't have any holes and people plant in them, but you have to have a drainage hole for this to be healthy in the long term. So I start with some good potting soil. I have a natural organic potting soil here that I fill up all my pots. My next step is using some water holding polymers. This one's called Soil Moist, and it actually comes, it's a granule. It's like a white little granule here. I soak it in a bucket of water, just maybe a scoopful, a cupful, maybe 2 cupfuls, depending how many pots you're doing. You soak it in water for a couple of hours overnight if you want to, and it turns kind of jelly, and it's going to hold in water, so you don't have to water as often in a small pot if you don't use this. So that, and a key thing is I like to use the Osmocote, any slow release fertilizer that when you have blooming plants, it's going to give it some fertilizer for 4 months. Sometimes they're 5 or 6 months, but this one's a slow release fertilizer for 4 months. So I've got my soil in the pot, and I'm going to put some of the fertilizer in, and I'm going to take a scoopful, maybe two handfuls, because my hands are small, and you just mix it up so it goes down to where the plant is going to be at root, so because you want the roots to keep moist. So in this big pot, my first one is going to be the succulent as a little focal point. And I'm going to take 2 ferns, and so you just scoop it out like this, and we'll tuck this in. We'll tuck this in on one side, and we'll tuck this one in just to give it some texture at the base. So we've got 2 ferns kind of on the side and at the back, and then in front I think I'm going to add just one of these red cyclamen. It is the epitome of the holidays, Christmas, with the beautiful red color. People can put this inside, they can put this outside by a front door, and it just greets the guests with some nice holiday cheer. So you can kind of squeeze it down in the front, and then you're going to have some air pockets around each one of these. So I would take some more potting soil. So you just take it in a container, and just make sure that the soil is all around and firm around each root ball, and tuck it in with your fingers. You know, it doesn't have to be too firm, but you have to get rid of all the air pockets and the loose soil. And we don't want to cover where the plants have been growing in the container, but we want that in nice and firm, and you kind of just push your fingers down, and sometimes even a little bit, you put a little more of this fertilizer on at the top, so it really gives it some good feeding for the next 4 months. So that's one pot ready to go. In this pot I have this cyclamen we're going to put in the center. I have my fertilizer and my water holding polymers and my good organic potting soil. So tipping it out very gently, you can kind of tickle the roots if you need to, if it's been in the container a long time. And I'm putting this in the center of my pot. Now, sometimes you don't think you have quite enough room, but you can squeeze in some 4 inches, and I want this white bacopa that blooms all winter to spill out from this cyclamen. So I'm going to squeeze in 2 4 inches. So this is quite a lot of roots on here, so I'm going to take off 1/4 of them and squeeze this into this pot. Kind of just having it spill out over the edge, and you can put the bacopa around the cyclamen. And I do so for the other side. Take the other 4-inch white bacopa. Take off some of these roots because there's an awful lot of roots on these long pots. You can squeeze it in. You can squeeze the roots. As long as you've got good soil and good fertilizer in here, it's going to be fine. So I'm just going to squeeze this in on this side, and then make sure it comes around nicely, spilling over in the front, the sides, and the back. So, and then you water it in really well. So you've got a nice little small but beautiful glazed pot with the cyclamen and the bacopa in, and that's a nice little holiday decoration or a gift for somebody. And lastly, I want to show you a nice little gift for a hostess gift, maybe for the holidays. In this pot, I'm going to do 3 different kinds of herbs that we could bring inside and grow in a kitchen window, and maybe for the cook who likes to do fresh herbs. So this is a garlic chive. So it has a lot of roots here. We can just kind of make sure that it's loosened up so it's going to grow in the pot better. I'm going to put this in the middle, I believe. So this is garlic chives, and I'm going to put the little tag for it there for the cook. This is a golden lemon thyme, which is really nice to have all year. So put this on this side. So you make a big hole, squeeze it down in there. And the last herb is Italian flat-leafed parsley. So squeeze this out the container, and this will pick up once it's been in there for a day or two and well watered in. So you just take some more soil and make sure it's all firm around each root ball, and that just means pressing it down until it's firm. Get rid of all the air pockets, and then it'll be ready to water in. It has the water holding polymers in it, it has the slow release Osmocote fertilizer, and this is good to go once it's been well watered, and it's a nice holiday gift for somebody. So parsley, chives, and thyme. So I just wanted to show you, this is a nice, fun, easy way to add some colour for your home for the holidays, create gifts for people. I can customize anything that you would like. If you have pots that you'd like me to plant up for the holidays, or I could get some beautiful glazed pots and do this for you. I also have these succulent bowls that I've been working on for the past 6 months. They've been planted. They're going to get, each succulent has babies and they get bigger and bigger. So this is a nice holiday gift also, a nice succulent bowl. I've got some in the terracotta and in blues. I've got long rectangular ones in that ox blood red and some blue. I've got smaller little bowls. They're beautiful glazed bowls and lots of different succulents and gravel on the top. So they're available for purchase. If you're interested in any of the succulent bowls that I've shown you here, if you're interested in any purchase of what I've just potted up, or if I could help you customize what you already have, call me or visit my website at outofvisiondesign.com. Wishing you and yours a happy holiday. Lynda Meikle, your garden coach.